Hey everybody, Zach Davis here with GFE, Golden Fish Entertainment, to show you basically the same video that we've uploaded on the YouTube page before, but now we've managed to get something going where you can see it full screen, which really helps because I know even when you had it in full screen before, you just see that little window and it's just it's no bueno. It's no bueno. So, if you haven't already seen the videos before, what we're hearing about right now is a recent cyber terrorism incident which has caused Richard and Victor to go on the run after being suspected of placing a computer virus on the internet which causes all the robots logged into said net to become self-aware. This robot just asked us very nicely, i.e., gave us money, to not tell the military that he is infected, quote unquote. So, we're going to go ahead and use that money to buy some healing items before we head out. Shouldn't have too hard of a time with all four of our party members: Richard, Victor, Jeeves, and our newly revealed character, Zebulon. But it's better safe than sorry. And you'll notice we picked up some food and some water and that sort of thing, and then we also bought repair kits because in Voltage, most, i.e., 99% of all items will only affect one or the other. They'll either affect organics or they'll affect robots. So you could have 99 breads and your robot get killed if you don't have a repair kit, and vice versa. But so far in the playtests, it hasn't been too much of a detriment because the game is pretty generous with finding items hidden in boxes and shelves and things like that. In a given floor of a dungeon, you might find upwards of 8 or 10 items, and like 7 of them are little weak heal items. So, fight some sludges here. As you can see, they have levels. All the enemies in the game will level along with the party. They're not exactly the same level as the party. It's kind of like an average thing. So, but our guys are, I think 3 of them are level 28 and one of them's 25. So, the stuff we're seeing is going to be levels like 26, 27. Hillman emerged. Oh, those hillmen in the hills doing stuff. You may have noticed there, and you'll see throughout the video, Victor took several attacks. That's not a special thing of his. It is the type of weapon he's using. He's using a one of the machine guns, which is it falls under the pistol, like the handgun category of weaponry in the game. And it fires several little weak bullets, and generally you'll only hit once or twice. So, but it's good, especially if you can get one or you get an item combo where you do like poison or something like that. Then it's nice to have one of those that you can just and get multiple hits in. While we're on the topic of unique weapons, you'll also see Zebulon has an ability called Shield Bash in his skill list, which I'm going to use here in a little bit. That's actually an ability that's granted to him by the shield he's using. That's not something that he normally learns. It's something that he can only use while he has that specific shield equipped, and anybody else who can use skills who can equip that shield gets the same benefit. And we're going to have lots of items like that either grant you a special skill or they give you a lower cost of use for a skill that you already have. Like you might get like a sword that reduces the cost of all of your fire spells or something like that. So top everybody off and just move right along. And as you've seen in my other videos, I just kind of roll through. I don't explore everything because Quite frankly, there's not enough time in the videos, and I really don't want you to see the entire dungeon. But this is a pretty good sized area. That's got some good items. There's always obviously going to be at least one or two must grab items in the dungeons, and in these videos I'll probably almost never show them to you. What's in here? Oh, nothing. Okay, whatever. I've got enough food. I'll be alright. Run away. No, I'll fight him. Keep showing off spells. And you see most of the characters only have like 2 or 3 skills. The skills will be kind of spaced out throughout the levels as that they learn. And then there's also going to be, as we've said, a good number of skills that you not only get from weapons and accessories and things like that, but there's also going to be a large number of skill books that you can get as quest rewards or find in treasure chests or bookshelves or whatever. And occasionally as rare drops. Sometimes you might see an enemy that uses like a really unique skill, and you can actually luck out and they'll drop it very rarely. So she tells us that one of the masked ones has a key. So and I guess that's a masked one. This guy looks a little bit tougher. We're going to hit him with everything we got right off the bat. Still standing. That siphon blade is very special because as I was just saying earlier, the robots are a little harder to heal than the normal people, and Jeeves has a couple of different abilities that heal himself as part of dealing damage, and then much later on, he can get an ability that actually heals all the robots. It's like a group robot heal ability. Oh, what? Oh. Nucleo. It's a pretty steep cost. Hopefully it's worth it. It's always nice if you can blind at least one person with that ability. I don't think I've ever seen it blind everybody. And one of those guys actually just tried to throw sand at me, which would have done the same thing. He would have blinded me for a couple of rounds, so. Nitro. I keep using it. It seems to be doing a decent amount of damage. For not a lot of AP, so. That power tackle is just insane, though. Me personally, in the playtests, I've had a chance to fool around with almost every character, and I gotta say, I like Richard a lot. He's got a pretty good balance of defenses. Doesn't have a ton of AP, but he's got really good just physical attacks that can really swing the battle really quickly. Just my only complaint with him is that you're not seeing it in this video because these enemies aren't really using kinesis abilities, but he is just terrible against kinetic opponents. But in fights like this, he dominates. One left. Oh yeah, see, there you go. 3,000 damage. Critical hit. Thank you, Mr. Richard. Okay. Come on, chickadee, let's get up out of here. And there you go.